The Ottawa Senators are 10 games into their season. They have lost 9 of those contests consecutively. The team is a fragile group, as they have admitted. They lost all 3 in Edmonton and now finish up this 2-week road trip with a game in Montreal, the best team in the Canadian division. So, Wayne Scanlan, I guess the question is, where do we begin? And I suppose we could kick off with the fact that it seems like the organization has come around on the fact that the only way they are going to get out of this effectively is to see what they have in their young players and giving them an opportunity to try to dig themselves out of this funk.
Yes, it feels like a second wave coming. I kind of hate to use that term, Kyle, these days, but a wave of youth, a wave that might include Eric Brandstrom and maybe down the road Logan Brown and Alex Formanton. I think the sky's the limit as far as opening this up to young kids, because it's not going to be about wins and losses from here on out. As in this tough Northern Division, I think Ottawa was always going to be in tough as far as a playoff spot and even getting out of the basement. But, they tried. DJ Smith came out of training camp and gave a lot of veterans opportunities. And it was interesting to hear him say after that loss last night in Edmonton that, we're not getting enough from the veterans. And I think that keyed maybe where we're heading here.
Right. And so where we're heading on Wednesday, Braden Coburn placed on waivers and Eric Brandstrom moved from the Belleville group to this taxi squad. And at the time of this taping, I know the Senators haven't said anything officially, but I know you and I are both hearing, I think there's some in the organization that do believe he could be eligible to play Thursday night in Montreal. So we will continue to watch that one. And so with a guy like Coburn being placed on waivers, I mean, is it too early here to start having the conversation, Wayne, of some of the off-season moves that were made and bringing some of the veteran players in, and whether or not they were ultimately the right decisions to be made, or is it still too early yet?
Well, I think, moves are going to be questioned from night to night and from day to day. Matt Murray was a great big signing for them, and really the key to their off-season. He has struggled mightily. Didn't play against Edmonton on Tuesday. Marcus Hogberg got in there. And so, Matt Murray's trying to piece things together. There's going to be so much to watch with this team for the latter part of the season throughout the rest of the year, because there's young guys looking for opportunity. There's some vets that they're placeholders, really, especially on the defense with so many young prospects coming through the system. So it's all about biding time, fitting in the young players. The vets were brought in to kind of shelter the kids a little bit, but I think you're going to see more and more kids like Timmy Stutzle getting more and more opportunity, perhaps even for this bright young winger, a chance at the center ice position. So there's just so much to keep an eye on through the weeks ahead.
And I guess if there is one thing to be positive about and to have at least kind of an encouraging outlook for this group, it is the young players, right? Someone like Thomas Chabot, who missed a couple of games with injury. We didn't think he was going to play Tuesday night, but told the training staff and the coaches, no, I'm good to play, and battled it out. And then, of course, there's Stutzle, as you mentioned, Wayne. I mean, 2 goals the last 2 games. And DJ Smith saying after Tuesday's loss, despite another defeat, he was incredible. What have you made of his play?
Yeah, he just looks more and more comfortable and more confident all the time. We saw even from that opening night against Toronto, the speed and the hands. But, he missed a couple games because of injury, and I think he's really getting into the swing of things. Now, I expect he's going to get more minutes from night to night. As I say, he could slide over from that left wing position over to center. He's been taking some face-offs at practice, so that's going to be an interesting development to watch. But, with each night out, you got Josh Norris at centers getting more experience, and Drake Batherson, and of course, Brady Tkachuk is still leading the way. There's lots to be excited about with this team, despite the losing streak.
Yes, and for Stutzle, a little bit of intrigue heading into Tuesday night because it was the 7th game of his career, but really it was a formality. You knew he was going to be with this group the entire season and thus burn the first year of his entry-level contract, as he and the rest of the group will try to end the skid against the top team in the Canadian division Thursday night against Montreal. Wayne, thanks for this.